campaign in the retirement planning phase and a whole bunch of industries where both Google ads will work and Facebook ads will work. How do you switch between them? How do you allocate budgets? Look, everything begins from understanding ground zero. Ground zero is running a foundational Google ad and understanding cost per lead. Generally takes 2 to 3 to 4 months for the cost per lead on Google ads to stabilize. Facebook ads is a bit quicker. Look, it depends on the audience size, it depends on a whole bunch of other stuff, but I'd say within 1 to 2 to 3 months that stabilizes as well. In this particular case, we fired up a landing page, a sales landing page on the retirement planning space, financial advisory, financial planner, and we've been running a Google ad. I expected cost per lead to my expectations with clients is $200 to $300 to $400 per lead, which of course are crazy figures, but I'd rather set those expectations because I can see how many people, how many other companies are running these campaigns. And so the first 30 days, the cost per lead was actually, I think it was $140 to $175 per lead, and the lead was tracked as a web form fill out or a unique call. Calls are tracked to us so we can see call length. We don't record calls in this case. So alongside that, in fact, before the Google ad, we had run a Facebook ad because there was an event on. In the property investing or retirement planning or financial advisory, it's always good to run events and invite family, friends to events where you're covering certain topics. It's really good to do that. So every quarter, it's good to run an event like that. These guys, I think every 6 months, they put something together. And so we ran that event, which is a really good excuse to run a Facebook ad because you're potentially doing three things. One is brand awareness. You're hitting a local suburb with an announcement of a free retirement planning seminar. You're getting your face out there because the ad copy, happy images, happy videos of the team, potentially some recorded sessions of a previous seminar and the kind of topics that are covered. Then we're looking to book people in, bums on seats for the seminar. And sometimes what comes from it is just a direct contact to work with us for a discovery session. So if you have an event on, that's Facebook ads in a nutshell. We're hitting something like a 10-kilometer radius. We're hitting an audience of 45 and upwards. I think it's up to 60, where the reach is roughly, I think, from memory, about 40,000 individuals. And I forget the figures, something like every $100 we hit something like 5,000 of those individuals. So safe to say that $2 or $3 grand, you can really consume that audience. Now that's only a 10-kilometer radius at that age, if we pump it up. So back to the topic of how do we switch things around? It all comes down to the budget of the campaign. One thing to do is to run 50-50 split. So run, let's say, $1,000 or $2,000 a month on Google ads, run $2,000 a month on Facebook ads, and you run them both. With both conversion tracking set up, you can identify where leads are coming from. But what a lot of the time happens in these spaces is, and I see this across all of my campaigns, is when we fire up a Google ad and when we have unique conversion tracking on the Google ad, we get inquiries coming through via what we would consider as SEO, organic, which means they're landing on the Google ad, they're saving our details, they're clicking through to the rest of the website, they're checking reviews, they're possibly checking competitors, they're saving our details, and then they're coming back to inquire with us. So running a Google ad and a Facebook ad at the same time, what we generally will see is organic inquiries will start to go up as well, and sometimes it's hard to identify, hey, where did this lead actually come from? So initially, in fact, this was while we were building the new website, we fired up the Facebook ad for the event, for the seminar, which ran for about 2 months. I forget exactly the figures, but the event was quite busy. Then once the website went up, a sales landing page went up for financial advisory and retirement planning. So we've been running a Google ad for the last almost 2 months now. And now with a new date announced for the seminar, we're going to refire up the Facebook ad. In this case, the budget is allowing for us to continue the Google ads as well. And look, at the end of the day, the goal is leads and inquiries. For the finance space, there's always a bit of a relationship that needs to be built before a client comes on board. So it's a delayed effect, similar to real estate and property investing and other industries like that. So in a nutshell, it's important to have the right conversion tracking set up. So sending the traffic to a landing page with a unique form, potentially a unique number, so you're able to test and attribute marketing areas. Now, like I mentioned, firing up a Google ad or firing up a Facebook ad will have people sussing you out, which means those people may just pick up the number and call, or call the number not on the ad, or they might inquire through your Google business listing, email you directly. So you just don't know where that lead came from. So keep that in mind, because when you're starting to do marketing, you're starting to show up, right? Whereas previously you were not. You do SEO, you start showing up on Google Maps more than before. You start doing organic SEO, which means you start showing up in the organic listings. Facebook ad, you're on people's devices while they're pooping on the toilet. Facebook is the same as Instagram. We can venture over to TikTok and YouTube, etc., but it all comes down to budget and not diluting the budget. I prefer to have more eggs in Google ads, more budget in Google ads to understand cost per lead, so then it's scalable from there. Potentially then, with proof of concept, that gets its own budget. That's its own mini project that we run. We can split the landing pages, a landing page for retirement planning, a landing page for financial advisory, and then go from there. Same with Facebook ads. So that's how we flick. Essentially, we're agile. We look at the data and we allocate more budget to those areas, alongside a powerful SEO campaign where every month we're adding things to the website in the sense of blogs, more valuable pages that we know Google. And we're also sending high quality backlinks and mentions from other websites that we know Google. They're the foundations of the Google algorithm. Is Google likes when they respect backlinks, they respect good quality content, but most of all, it just comes down to trust. What I found in the finance space, in the accounting, property investing space, is when you produce media and video of people that work in the business, they're talking about the thing, they're talking about their success stories, they're talking about their challenges, it makes it much easier for someone like me to run ads. Instead of just running a default stock image in the financial advisory space, it's generally a stock image of a happy couple on a yacht drinking wine during a sunset, but bonus points. We definitely run those images, but bonus points if we can get the business owners on camera, if we can get the senior financial advisors on camera. Sometimes it's really hard to do that, but sometimes the less salesy everyone is, the more genuine they sound. If they stutter, if they make mistakes, that's absolutely fine. This doesn't have to be production level videos. And in fact, it's better when it's not production level videos. It's because it doesn't feel scripted. The journey that I'm trying to put all my clients through is it should be easy for you to talk about your recent work, your challenges with clients, your success stories, and capture that on video, because that stuff now can be used, recycled, not only for ads, but for reels. The term reel is heavily, you hear it everywhere, but no one's using it. So a reel is a means of getting organic eyeballs, whereas before you had to pay Facebook for a boost. Now you post a reel, the algorithm will find people that it feels that video will be suitable for. So even just taking imperfect action, making basic videos, talking about what you did today in relation to a client, sharing your work, where you're sharing value to the world about what you do. Here I am on a bike on the way back from the gym, sharing exactly how I manage a Google and a Facebook ad in the finance space. Hope that helps.